Hello everyone, my name is Marlene Casas. Today I will be talking about the effect of English language proficiency on student achievement. The students that rather struggle with English language are labeled as English language learners, also known as ELL students. English language learners are a diverse group of students with different language, academic, and social emotional needs. English language learners vary in age from elementary school years to middle school and high school. These students come from different places, meaning different countries all over the world. Most often, some of these students are born in the United States, but their parents or grandparents are often immigrants who speak their native language at home. I was an English language learner student myself. I live in a border town that has a very high percentage of English language learners, which is why I'm dedicated to research further on this topic and find answers to continue helping these students as I become a professional school counselor. I would like to talk a little bit more about who are these students. These students are refugees, students that have left their country due to war, persecution, or natural disasters. This also includes migrant students. These students move from place to place in order to find work. Migrant students might not have a set foundation nor consistency on their education. Students with interrupted education consist of students that come and go from their native country to America. I have witnessed and seen many of these students struggle during my career, especially because we live in a border town. English language learners are also unaccompanied children. These children has no legal status or no parent and legal guardian here in the United States. Unaccompanied children has increased over the past few years due to the increase of number of immigrants coming to the United States from Mexico. Parents being separated from their children at the border. Internationally adopted students are also English language learners. There are many children being adopted internationally. When coming to the States, it is difficult to acquire a new language. Now, how does English language proficiency affect student achievement, you may ask? Many students struggle with the demands of the English language, especially when the language is new to them. It definitely takes a toll on the academic adjustment when they might have had some sort of consistency with their native language already. Not being proficient in the English language can affect on social situations in which students can struggle with fear and anxiety. Student achievement cannot be attained as students are not receiving the correct accommodations, modifications, or with a variety of resources needed for them in the classroom. Here is some history and background on English language learners. In 2004 through 2005, approximately 5.1 million students, or 10.5% of United States student population were ELL students. Approximately 79% of ELL students nationally are from Spanish language background. While ELL students live all throughout the United States, English language learners are mostly located in these 6 states: Arizona, California, Texas, New York, Florida, and Illinois. These 6 states contain 61% of the nation's English language learner population. Other states, including Alabama, Indiana, Kentucky, Nebraska, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Tennessee, have experienced an English language learner growth rate of 300% and higher growth between 1995 and 2005. Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Equal Educational Opportunities Act of 1974 require public schools to help English learner students participate meaningfully and equally in educational programs. School districts must identify potential English learner students, assess English language proficiency on an annual basis, and continue to monitor former English learner students for at least 2 years after English proficiency is established. With the passage of No Child Left Behind Act of 2001, Title III established federal formula grants for states to support the needs of English learners students aged 3 to 21, with the goal of helping them attain English language proficiency. Much of the policy, including these grants, was retained in the reauthorization under the Every Student Succeeds Act of 2015. No Child Left Behind specifically refers to children who are limited in English, while ESSA replaced the term with English learners. Chapter 74, Curriculum Requirements, Subchapter A, Required Curriculum. English Language Proficiency Standards states, in order for ELL students to be successful, they must acquire both social and academic language proficiency in English. Social language proficiency in English consists of English needed for daily social interactions. Academic language proficiency consists of English needed to think critically, understand and learn new concepts, process complex academic material, and interact and communicate in English academic settings. The English language proficiency levels of beginning, intermediate, advanced, and advanced high are not grade specific. ELLs may exhibit different proficiency levels within the language domains of listening, speaking, reading, and writing. The proficiency level descriptors outlined in the subsection show the progression of second language acquisition from one proficiency level to the next and serve as a roadmap to help content area teachers instruct ELL students. This table shows the amount of English language learner students by grade levels statewide. As you can see, the numbers vary at the elementary level, but towards the middle school and high school level, the amount of English language learners students drops. Texas Education Agency designed the TELPUS test, which is the Texas English Language Proficiency Assessment System. The English language proficiency of students who have been identified as English learners in 4 language domains, which are listening, speaking, reading, and writing, as mentioned before. TELPUS evaluates the progress that each English language learner makes in becoming proficient in the use of academic language. Here you see some results from TEA. It has the 4 proficiency levels that are beginning, intermediate, advanced, and advanced high. This summary report shows students struggling in the speaking and reading domain more than the other 2 language domains. Texas Education This is the Texas Academic Performance Report for 2018-2019 State Star Performance. I chose 8th grade students because I work at a middle school, and 8th grade students test in 4 different subjects. And as you can see from the data provided, the achievement gap for student performance on state assessments for English language learners is significantly large. Looking at reading specifically, students that were at approaches grade level in 2019 was at 77%, compared to the state level being at 86%. Students that were at the meets grade level or above in 2019, English language learners scored at 37% compared to the state level at 55%. And English language learner students that were at the master's grade level in 2019 were at 14% compared to the state level at 28%. This is a problem in practice because English language learner students need additional resources and instructional strategies that meet the needs for all students in order to close the gaps. The problem I wish to address is the failure to effectively educate English language learners academically, socially, and mentally. The purpose of this study is to equip teachers, counselors, and administrators with tools necessary to close achievement gaps and improve the quality of services provided for English language learners. As a professional school counselor, my goal is to provide counseling sessions and recommendations for the LPAC committee geared towards building confidence in academics, social, and mental situations. I hope you enjoyed my presentation on the effects of English language proficiency on student achievement. Here's a reference page with the resources used to complete this presentation. Thank you for your time.